look at us
Oh
being
my
here
god,
in Fiji.
hi. Oh my god,
It's just so good.
hi.
So good to be
Lana,
back.
hi, Lana. Hi, Lana. Oh my god, it's been
Hi.
so long. I haven't seen you since the finale. Oh my god.
I know it's been a minute. Like we left Fiji, we lost contact because I've been so busy. I've
I've
been
been
so busy.
so I've been so
I've been
busy.
so busy. I could
I
not make
I'm un, I'm under
posts.
Netflix contract now. I'm so
I'm
busy.
sorry. I can't talk about that. I can't talk about what I've done doing. I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
can't talk about where I've
I'm
been.
sorry.
I
I'm
can't talk
sorry.
about what I've been doing. But I've just been so busy. But it's so good to see you. Oh, it's so
I
good to
mean, I
see
love
you.
you because I love you and I love you
I
and
love
I just
you.
love you so much.
And I'm
And you
sorry
know,
if you interpreted things that I said in the way that you interpreted things that you said, in the way that you thought that I said the things that you interpreted that I said about you.
I mean,
But I
I
love
don't.
you.
I mean, but I don't remember saying anything that you said that I said about you. So therefore, I
Roll the
don't.
tapes. And that's how the Love Island reunion went, everyone. That's how,
Period.
if you didn't
That's it.
watch it, that's
You
the
just
reunion
did.
in a nutshell from quite literally every single one of them. So,
Oh, y'all, we are here. Hi, welcome. Welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And we can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident Eva Diva. And I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. And back in Fiji, oh, her.
her.
Her, indeed. And we're back in Fiji, and the tea is piping hot.
Ugh.
So I have my cup mug here, and you can get your cup mug at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug, period. Ew.
Ew, 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 ew. And hi, everyone. I'm back in Fiji. Slogan Murphy, say something gay. Gay. I've just got water today because this reunion quenched my thirst enough that I don't really need anything other than water. I've been traveling so much. Actually, I literally have been. I just got back yesterday morning.
But we are
Just in
here
time
just in
for this
time.
reunion. Oh,
Oh,
baby.
absolutely. We are going to talk all about it because, baby, we have to do it. We just have to. We
Oh,
are here for the Love Island USA reunion. Uh, I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this, and I couldn't
yes.
wait to talk about it with you guys because, Lord knows, me and Logan have thoughts. So, if you want to hear us just give our complete thoughts and talk about everything in a very raw and real fashion, stick
Yeah.
around. Now, if that's not for you, I get it. If you're not here to hear us complain about certain things, I get it. I understand it. Um, will I be a little bit biased on my opinion? Hello. Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So,
If you watched our coverage of season 7 of Love Island, you'll know who we are biased towards and against.
boom.
Nick and Landria. If you haven't watched our coverage, go do it. It was a whole lot of fun. We loved every single bit of it. But yeah, there are, a lot of things that went on in this reunion. Choices were made.
Yep.
I am very excited to talk about it, even though most of this reunion is now antiquated because only one couple is still together.
Well, not true, but we'll talk about it.
2 couples are still together.
3 couples are still together.
Who's the third? We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
I was only aware of 2.
No, it's 3 couples still together. But before we get into it, y'all know what to do. Let's do the little things out the way. Subscribe to this channel and all of our other
Yes,
channels. All the links will be in the
please.
description below. We are trying to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. So we truly, truly would appreciate if you would subscribe to this channel and all of our channels for
Yes,
sure.
please.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Also, um, our audio podcast links are in the description below. You can subscribe to over there and follow us over there if you need to check us out on the go. Join our Patreon, which is there where we get early access and exclusive content. And follow us on all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Okay. Logan, I
Yeah.
fear we got a lot. of issues and things we need to talk
A
about.
lot of complaining to
A lot
do.
of complaining to do, a lot of soapboxing and grandstanding is going to happen on this podcast. I'm warning you now.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
So
But
first,
we're going to lighten the mood.
yes, of
We're gonna keep it
course.
cute. We're gonna keep it cute, and we're gonna do what I like to call tea or no tea, because we are
Period.
all about fashion here. We cover Project Runway, we cover Drag
Go
Race,
check it
we
out.
do go
Go
check
check
that
it out.
out. We do Drag Race, and we do talk about looks all the time. So it would only be fitting if we talked about the looks here at this reunion. So we are going to
Yes,
do
God.
tea or no tea,
Because some of these
and
looks were good, and some of these looks were
we're looks.
no,
So
they were.
they were.
Period.
I mean, they were clothes. They covered their bodies.
They
They
were
were
wearing
clothes.
garments. Yes,
hmm So
indeed.
play along with us. Let us know in the comments if you agree with
Oh
our
my
tea or
God,
no tea.
yes. I would love that. Yes. Give us your tea
Play
and no
along
tea in
with
the
us.
comments. I love.
Well, let's start with the top, the host of this show, which was Ariana Madix and Andy Cohen. Let's start with Ariana. Well, are we giving her tea or no tea for this look?
Is that a question?
It always is.
Well, the answer is always tea because Ari
Yeah.
looks incredible as always. I love this gown. I love this gown she's in, and I love the little bit of peekaboo
Yep.
right here. I love it. She
hmm
looks stunning as always.
Yes, I definitely give Ariana a T. This is very T. She looks great. Let's go to Andy Cohen.
No tea.
It's a suit. It's a
You
t-shirt
could
and a suit. You
who,
couldn't
whoever
do a
his
button up.
stylist. I was gonna say whoever his stylist was couldn't have ironed his pants real quick or
Yeah,
steamed them.
steamed them out. It was just a basic look, so I'm gonna have to give this a no T, unfortunately, for the look. Just for the look, it's just not given.
Mm-mm.
Let's go to our winners of Amaya Papaya and Brian. What do we think about Amaya's look? T
Tea.
or no T?
Tea. I'd say it's a soft tea. I'm gonna be honest. It's cute. It's cute for Amaya. It's cute. That's really all I have to say about it. She looks cute.
Yeah, I will give it a very tepid T. It's a tepid T.
Yeah.
Um, I, I don't know why she chose the short look, but it's cute. But I will say her makeup is good. Her makeup is
Oh
good.
yeah.
Her makeup is good. Hair's good. Makeup good.
Yeah.
I wish it was a
Bru-
gown.
I didn't necessarily need a gown. I maybe would have loved if this was like a couple inches shorter. Or a couple
Mm.
inches longer, not shorter. Jesus Christ.
I'm
No,
about to say not
I don't
shorter.
need a shorter. No, ma'am. No, 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 no. Brian, on the other hand, full T. Loved this outfit. Loved the
Mm,
ensemble. I think he was one of the most put together men in this reunion, in my opinion. I think he looks great.
mm. I give it a tepid T. I
Okay.
wasn't feeling it as much. I do love the color.
hmm
I wish they would have. Yeah, I mean, I think I like the oversized jacket a little bit, but I don't know if I
hmm
like it with this look. And I don't know.
And see, I love it with this, because that kind of gives his style. We've seen bits and pieces of his style outside of the villa on Instagram specifically. This is very Brian, so I think bringing that into the reunion, because it's not really what we saw of him in the villa. So I'm excited to see a lot of his own personal style here, and that's why I really like it. But I see what you mean.
Yeah, tepid T. T for you,
Fair.
tepid T for me. Fair. Let's move on to our runners up.
Duh. Ah. Yes,
Nick
yes,
and
yes, yes, yes,
Alandria.
yes, 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 yes,
TTT across the
yes,
board.
yes,
TTT
yes,
across the
yes,
board. Best
yes.
dress, best dress,
That
best dress, period.
the two best dressed of the night, honestly.
Period.
Like the
Period.
coordination, the skin, the beauty, the elegance. But I need this blazer from Nick.
Yeah.
Nick, I need the link for this blazer and this suit in general, please. I need this in my life in like 5 different colors. I'm so obsessed with this
Mhm.
crossbody blazer right now.
Yeah.
It's having a moment for men right now,
hmm
and I'm so obsessed. And then I'm
Alandria.
Alandria. Bit.
Uh, I'm really mad right now. It's
I'm
fuming at
so mad.
because number one, okay, I'm dead, and they keep beating me up every time these pictures come up. They keep just popping me, popping me, popping me. I'm like, I'm already dead. Please stop hitting me. Y'all. They look sickening and disgusting. But I'm also mad because I am in the state of Alabama. I am literally an hour and a half away from where Olandra is right
Uh-huh.
now,
Hmm.
and I cannot go.
Oh no.
I'm very annoyed because y'all know how I feel about Olandria Carthen. You know how I feel about her, and I cannot go see her.
How is it that you feel about her?
I am obsessed with this woman. I love this woman.
Good.
I absolutely am like I am. I'm not gonna say obsessed. I'm obsessed, but not in the Starfall kind of way. Like, no, not gonna do that.
You're obsessed positive connotation.
Yes, like she is so much younger than me, but I am so impressed by her.
Oh
She is an
yeah,
impressive woman, and
absolutely.
I adore her. I adore her spirit. I adore her humor. I adore her values. I adore her.
Yes.
Period. Full stop. But this look, first of all, custom dress
Yeah.
on Alandria. Ugh. They stole the show. That is why they were the moment when they walked in by themselves and that light was behind them and they just
Hmm.
Nick, the suit, everything about it. So good. Like see, my parlay hit with Nick and Alandria, and
It really did.
I will forever love them. Okay. I must
Love.
move. I must move.
Yeah, we do have a lot of other people to talk about. So
Up next, we have Huda and Chris. What do we think of Huda? Tea or no tea?
I'm gonna say T.
Hmm.
Not many other things about Huda in this reunion for me are T, but she looks great here. I love the hairstyle. I love the dress. She looks sickening. So yes,
Hmm.
T.
Yeah, keep for Huda. I think she looked beautiful, and she doesn't. She always looks beautiful. She's a beautiful
Yes,
girl. She always looked
absolutely.
beautiful. She's a beautiful girl, and I think this dress was tea. Her hair was tea. Her makeup was tea. She looked good.
Yeah, I agree.
Chris.
T. I love this. I think he looks really well put together, honestly. It's not, it's not a standard reunion look, but I really like the oversized jacket. I think the look is, it's put together for Chris. I'm not too mad at this, to be honest with you.
No tea for
I
me.
understand.
I feel like this man just put on a jacket to go to the mall. I cannot. You are
I
coming to
see
a
it.
reunion and you put on this sports Letterman jacket to come. No, absolutely
I
not.
get it. I totally get it. For me, I'm getting the vibe. But I see it. I got it.
I get you. No, yeah, it's just no tea for me.
Fair.
We move. Pepe and Iris. Let's start with Iris.
It's tea. I mean, Iris does almost always. I think there was that one time we called her out for it during the season. There was that one time we were like, "Girl, what are you doing?" But otherwise, Iris always looks tea. This gown is gorgeous on her. She's one of the best dressed of the night, in my opinion. I think Iris looks phenomenal here.
Oh yeah, her dress is gorgeous. She's definitely tea. I like Iris. This dress is beautiful on her. The way it's fitting, her hair, the makeup. Tea. Very much tea on Iris. Pepe.
It's good. Um, it's soft tea only because it's hard to pull off a blazer with no shirt, and I just wish everything fit better. If you're gonna do, oh no, the more that I look at it, no, it's no tea. I in concept it's tea, but it's wrinkled. I want it to fit better. If you're gonna do a suit with no shirt under, which he can pull off, he has the body and the physique
Mm-hmm.
for it. I wish it fit better. So
Mm-hmm.
no.
Yeah,
It's a soft no tea for me.
it's a no tea. It's a strong no tea for me. Sorry, Pepe. Face card never declines. You look good,
Yes.
Pepe. Body tea. But
Yes.
I needed this suit to be more tailored. I think with you, like you said, if you're going to do a blazer and no shirt underneath, it needs to be more tailored to the body. I needed those pants to fit a little bit better. And then it was wrinkled on top of that. It
Yeah,
was just it just looked a mess. And you standing next to Iris, who's looking like she looking, and you
exactly.
looking like a vagabond. I just, no,
Yeah.
it's no tea.
Or
Like the,
even if the pants were fitted and the blazer was oversized. Now that would have been tea. Now that would have been tea for me at least, because I like that style. But this together, no, unfortunately.
I mean, because I got to look at the aesthetic with you standing next to your girl and you
Yeah.
standing next to the person. And like when we put Nick and Alandria together, they look like they went together. It just meshed well. Ryan and Amaya didn't look like they went together, but they had two different styles, but it was cuter.
Yeah.
This just looks very off contrast. Like,
Well,
nah.
and as we know, they didn't work out, so clearly they weren't together.
I mean, they were together up until this point, but
Mm.
Shelly and Ace. Let's
Uh,
start with Shelly.
obviously. Duh. Tea. That's all I have to say.
Shelly T every like, oh my god, I love this dress. The slits on all over the dress. Her that looks how it looks on her skin, her makeup, that hair, that wet hair look. Oh, Shelly is eating. Shelly is eating. Shelly is eating.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
What do we think about Ace?
Tea. 100%. I'm going to put Nick and Alandria on a separate pedestal when I say
Mm-hmm.
this. Ace was the best dressed man of the night, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I'm going to obviously pedestal for
Mm-hmm.
Nick and Alandria.
They're in a whole
I
nother level. They're in a whole
They're on
other
a whole nother
atmosphere.
level. They're best dressed couple. They're best
Yeah.
dressed couple. Ace was the best dressed man of the night. I thought he looked so sickening.
Mm.
The suit is tailored. Face card. He's cute as all damn hell.
Mhm.
I may not have liked everything he did in the villa, but he looks damn good here, and I like the tie color as well. That color, that emerald, looks so good
Yes,
with his skin as well. I think he looks sickening.
absolutely. I think T for Ace. He ate. He looked good. I even liked the way he put on his glasses. I just think
It was
he was
so
just
good. It was so
so
good.
good. I rocks with them. I think they look beautiful and they look complement each other. It's so good. It's
They
so good.
complement each other without being matchy, and I love
Yes.
the gold and the green. I
Yep.
think they coordinated so perfectly together.
Mm-hmm.
Shelly and Ace, such a good duo, looking
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal here tonight. I loved every bit of it.
Absolutely. Let's move on to Taylor and Clark. Let's start with Clark.
Whoo!
He,
Oh boy. Uh, I've been back and forth on this one.
Mhm,
I'm gonna go with T
mhm,
because she went for it. I think the gown might be a little bit too much
okay.
for a Love Island reunion, but she looks good.
Mhm.
So it's T for me.
It's P for me. I think she looks good. I do like the gown. I think the hair and the makeup complements what she was going for with the gown. So I like it. Um, it looks good on her skin. I love it. She's glowing. I think Clark looks beautiful. T for me, for sure.
Absolutely. Oh, she looks so sickening.
Stunning.
Ugh, so good.
Stunning. Taylor. What do we think about Taylor?
Okay, before I give my ultimate decision, this does not feel Taylor for me. And that's what I
Mhm,
have the biggest issue with here is it's like someone clearly styled this for Taylor and he had no influence on this, right? Like that's how I feel about this outfit personally. This like
mhm,
he even looks uncomfortable in this photo. Like,
mhm,
so for me, I'm going to give it no T because he looks uncomfortable in this. I
mhm,
love this I want this blazer. Now,
mhm,
I would rock the fuck out of this blazer, but he doesn't look. This doesn't look Taylor for me, based on what we saw in the villa and outside of the villa, as far as his fashion is concerned. This doesn't
Mhm.
give Taylor for me, so I'm gonna say no tea.
It's no tea because I just don't like it. I
That's
just don't
fair.
like it. I just don't like it. I
Now,
don't
would you
like.
like it on me?
No, I wouldn't like it
Okay,
on anybody. I just don't
well that's
like
fair.
it.
Hey, fair, fair.
I just don't like it. I mean, I like a good color block, but it's something about a man doing the color block that, ugh, like that. That one
Okay.
side white, one side black. It's
I wish that that his right side, that lapel was black. Like I
mm,
wish that the color
yeah,
blocking I wish
went
that the
all the
color
way
blocking
through.
was I wish the color blocking was a little bit more intentional, but that just comes down to the blazer, the way it was made. But again, it doesn't look like him. He looks uncomfortable. So I'm like,
And the neckline looks like a scoop neck instead of
I think it
a
is.
and I don't like a scoop neck on no man. I don't
Some
like a
men can pull it off, but not Taylor.
I don't like a scoop neck on a man because it feels very unless that's your aesthetic, like that's what
Yeah.
you do, like that's what you normally
But
do.
not
If
that
that
deep.
not it's just too no, it's something about that
you
scoop
have
neck
to
that's
you have
not
to
doing
have
it.
like a nicely defined chest in order to pull off something like that.
Okay, okay.
Taylor has nothing of the sort, so it
Yeah,
doesn't work for him.
it's just
This is
not working
not
for me. It's not
not
working
a
for me.
blazer designed for someone like Taylor to wear. His stylist failed him. Point
And then
blank
the
in the period.
brooch, and then the
And
brooch.
then the brooch?
Why the
No.
brooch? Why the brooch?
Taylor, fire your stylist. I'm sorry.
Because it's not beating the allegations, Taylor. If you because not that anything is wrong with it, but everybody is saying Taylor might be a DL brother, and you're not beating
Good.
the allegations by putting on this brooch and a scoop neck. I'm just saying. I'm just saying if that ain't who you are,
Well, he'd be about the fifth or sixth man from this season alone to be trying to beat those allegations. So we'll see.
and we'll move
We'll
from
see.
there. We'll move on.
Allegedly.
Alleged.
Everything is
Everything is
alleged
alleged. We say it.
information.
We say it all the time. Nothing is, we don't know facts.
There's a reason some people were not featured as heavily in this reunion. Moving
Hmm.
on.
Let's talk about Austin and Jaden. Start with Jaden's look.
The softest of tea because she looks pretty.
It is the tepidest of tea. Like
The
the
tea
tepid.
the tea has been sitting out for a couple hours, but you're still gonna drink it because it's your favorite cup of tea. You know what I mean?
Or it's like it's still good, but I'm really thirsty, so I'm gonna drink it. But
And she ate
yeah,
down in this reunion, so you know what? I'll give her a soft tea.
a very tepid tea.
Yeah,
Austin's look.
no tea. Not a single tea to be had. The letter T was erased.
Oh,
The letter T has been removed from the alphabet.
oh,
No. And the shoes, Lana.
the rhinestone shoes. You don't like the rhinestone shoes?
No.
Yeah,
He
no, I
ain't
didn't
beating
like.
the allegations either.
I don't like the rhinestone shoes, but I will say I do think this is a very tepid tea because I like the
Okay.
pink and the gray color palette. I think the
Okay.
jacket fits him well. His pants are tailored well. He's tailored well. I don't think
Okay.
all. I think we're letting our how we feel about Austin stand in the way of his
Oh.
fashion. But no, I'm going to take how I
Oh.
feel about Austin away. It's
Okay.
just a
Yeah.
look, and I like the pink and the gray. I think that's a good color palette, and it fits him well. I think he looks. It's a solid tee.
The reason I said no tea is the shoes. The shoes don't go
I
with the
mean,
outfit for me.
I,
That's what it is.
yeah.
Like I think the blazer and the pant look good on him. The shoe ruined the whole ensemble for me. That's why it's
Uh,
no tea.
I'm not
I'm
saying the
taking I'm
shoe.
taking I'm taking my blinders off for Austin as well. It's still no tea.
I I don't see the shoe in this, so I don't. I can't even remember.
And I'm
I
judging
mean,
the whole
I
it
see
was a
this. I remember
rhinestone
the shoe.
sneaker.
I
A
remember the shoe.
sneaker.
I mean, but see, here's the thing. I'm not mad at that because that has been the style for a lot of people. A lot of people have done suits with tennis shoes. And so I'm not mad. And I don't hate that style. I think if you can pull it off well, it's the rhinestones for me that I'm just like, You didn't need that. Like
No.
that Chanel moment where you need to take one
Yeah,
thing away, and it should have been the rhinestones.
I
But
agree. I agree.
yeah, it's all right,
I
it's all
agree.
right. But it's a solid T for me.
Okay.
But yeah, let us keep it moving to Andrina and TJ. Let's start
Um,
with Andrina.
she looks cute. It's a simple red dress. I love the mini
Mhm.
cutouts here. She looks sickening.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a T. Like, I don't think she could have put on anything and it not be T because her body's just going to make everything she puts on look
So
T.
stunning. Absolutely.
Absolutely stunning woman. So definitely T. But are we giving a T for TJ?
You know what? I am. I think he's well put together. It's simple,
Hmm.
um, clean, concise, wonderful outfit. We didn't see a whole lot of him, and I'm okay with that. So you know what?
Hmm.
T.
It was a very simple look. It's a T. It's solid. It was.
Yeah,
It's nothing to anything special, but nothing to make me go ugh. Nah. So
exactly. Exactly.
solid T for
100%.
TJ. Let's get these girlies out the way because honestly, they didn't even need to be here except one. Coco, Vanna, and Gracelyn. Let's start with Coco.
Not Gracelyn.
Uh, I know it's Grayson. Gracelyn. Yeah, Grayson. Okay, start with Coco.
As she needed to be here too. There were things for her to bring up.
It didn't need
Coco.
to be brought up. Honestly, that whole segment could have been in the
What
email. We'll talk about it, but go ahead.
are we going
Let's.
to? I don't
We
think
are
we need
going.
to.
We're going
Okay.
to, but let's talk about Coco right now.
Uh, tea, but tepid because she looks good. That's really all I have to say. Like it's not. I'm not offended by this.
I'm gonna give it a very high no T.
Okay, I see it.
Be- because I like the color, but I feel like this is a prom dress. And she gave me a prom dress with the prom updo, but her face beat, mug beat down. She looks good, hair is cute, but I feel like the dress is giving me just a prom dress, and I don't really. It's a pretty color, but it's just not giving me anything else. So I'm gonna say a high no T.
Okay.
Not horrible, just a high no T. Let's go to Vanna.
T, actually, she looks
Mhm.
really cute. I love this dress on her. It really fits her aesthetic. It's cute. It's cutesy. I think the hair really works for her. She actually had one of my favorite looks of the night across the girls, to be honest with you. I think Vanna looks great.
Absolutely, I will give her a T as well. I think she beat the alligator. She calmed down a little bit on the spray tan, so it's not as orange. So she don't
I
look as
think I think she's one of the girls that may have watched herself on TV and
yes. It was
said,
like
"Girl,
ooh,
I'm orange."
oh girl, they coming for me. They are dragging me for film because of this. So she has calmed down a little bit. She's lightened up her makeup a little. I think she looks good. I think this is a pretty dress on her. It fits her well. Yeah, T for me.
Absolutely.
Let's go to Grayson. What do you think about Grayson?
This is actually another one of my favorite looks of the night. I'm gonna give it a T. The one issue I have overall is I want the neck piece to fit tighter.
Mm, mm,
It started slipping as the night went on, and I
hmm.
think it's probably because it was tighter to start, and we kind of see it here in this photo. And I think it probably started to get a little uncomfortable, and it started to slip. So then, by the time we got to her section, it kind of looked a little bit looser. But overall, I actually really enjoy the dress. It shows off all of her best assets, and I think she looks sickening. So T,
For me, it's a no T.
I
I
understand.
I only say that, and it really is not the well. It's I don't think she's wearing the dress. I think the dress is wearing her. I feel like she
Okay.
doesn't. This dress asks or begs for a much more curvier type of body, and she is more of a slender body, and it's not. Put this dress on Vanna, it's a beautiful.
Mm,
It's something. Put this dress on Andrena, it's sickening. Put it on
sure.
Grayson, she just doesn't have all the curves that this dress is calling for, is begging for. Put this dress on Alandria, it's
Sure.
It's sickening.
Even on Huda or Amaya, like
Yeah,
yeah.
I would say a Huda more than a Maya. I think a Maya is the same as Grayson for me in this. But put it on a Huda, it will be sickening. It will eat down. She just doesn't have the actual the curves that this dress is begging for. It's a pretty dress. It's just wearing her
Mm.
instead of her wearing it.
I see that. I see that.
But her face, her hair and makeup is pretty. I'll
Gorge.
give her that. I'll give
Gorge.
her that.
Always gorge, yeah.
Let's move on to the irrelevant boys. Elon, Zach, and JD.
No tea. Moving
All
on.
across the board. All the way across the board. No tea, no tea, no tea. Move. Hannah and Jeremiah. Let's start with Hannah Banana.
My baby! Always a tea. And I actually do really like this dress as well. I wish the hair was anything else.
Yes. Yes. That's my only
Anything,
complaint.
anything else.
Anything else.
Anything else. But the Arizona heat has probably done wonders to her hair. And by wonders, I mean horrible things to her hair the last couple of months. So, you know, regardless, it's a tee. She looks incredible. The cleavage is gorgeous. I love the cut of this dress on her.
Yeah.
Sickening. One of my
Yeah,
favorites of the night as well.
yeah, she looks good. I really enjoyed this. But yeah, I agree. Hair could have been anything else. Half up,
Literally,
half up, half down.
Anything else, Hannah.
Like half up, half down, slick back ponytail. Anything else.
Even a little bit of volume in a
Right?
fully down look. I just didn't
Yes.
want it bone straight
Straight.
or just
And
like flat to the head. Like I
wavy.
just
Like, mm-mm. But yeah, anything else.
even waves with a little bit of volume would have been so beautiful. But yeah,
But beautiful. I love the red on her. It's a beautiful dress. So
yes.
T. T. Jeremiah.
Honestly, T. This is what I was talking about earlier with Pepe.
Absolutely.
Jeremiah has the sculpt. Or no, this is Pepe.
Yeah.
Jeremiah has the sculpt to
Or
pull
Taylor.
off. Or it was Taylor. Yeah, no. This is what I was talking about earlier with Taylor. Jeremiah has the sculpt to pull off a gorgeous no shirt suit look. This is one of my favorite looks from the guys of the entire night. I think Jeremiah looks stunning here.
Yeah, he looks great. Jeremiah looks so hot. Oh my god, he looks so hot.
He's always been hot.
He's
Let's be
always been
real.
hot. He was the hottest guy in the villa. No lie, no tea. Um, he's hot and he looks good. This cream, all cream, everything. I'm here for it. Looks good on his skin. It looks good. Hair was cut perfectly. Line up was good. Jeremiah looks tea. Looks tea.
So good. So good.
Bella and Charlie. Let's start with
Who?
Bella. Baldasha.
Thank you. Honestly, okay, we've been dogging on Baldasha all season, but baby, it's full tea. She looks incredible here. I loved this. I'm gonna say, as an individual, best dressed woman of the night. Honestly, I love this from Baldasha. The hair is everything. The garment is everything. She knew. She understood the assignment here. For me, I love this, and the color on her looks so good on her skin. Every single thing about this for me is tea.
I would not say she was the best dressed woman of the night. Um,
In my
uh,
opinion,
I hear you. I will say in mine no, but the way I did not think anybody could pull off an African net sponge dress, but she did. She pulled off an African net sponge dress. It's cute. It's all right. It's for me.
Okay.
It's a tea. It's a tea.
Okay.
It's a tea.
Okay.
I think what pulls it off for me is her face card because it's so good. Her makeup and
Oh
her hair
my
is
god.
great. It works
Incredible.
so
Yeah.
good. She's gorgeous. I'm not like full on with this dress though, but it's cute. I
Okay.
understand
Yeah.
the vision.
Okay.
I'm just like, but I'm just not into anybody when it's something about the front, how that bunches up in the middle and falls down.
Okay.
It
Okay,
looks,
that's fair.
it makes it look a little pregnant in the front
Oh.
area, and I'm not feeling that because she's a slender, small girl. She does not need to
Yeah.
be looking that way. But yeah, it's still tea though. It's still tea. Charlie.
Tea. I think this is
Hey.
very, very well put together. This is how you do a white shirt under a full suit, is when you do it with a bold color. And I'm glad that some people went for a bold color here. I'm really glad Charlie did. And this bold, beautiful blue looks so wonderful on him. I thought Charlie looked great.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Charlie looks great. I love this blue. This blue is everything. And the fact that Charlie was so smart to know he needs to stand out a little bit because he didn't have much time.
Yep.
He did what he had to do. He came in that bold electric blue
100%.
suit. And I loved it. I loved it.
Loved it.
Looks great. Looks great. So let's get into this recap. Let's get into this recap. We done talked about the fashions. Let's get into this recap. Let's start with, I'm gonna let you start with what did you think about the reunion overall, the format, the setup, the everything from host to thing.
Yeah, I think overall, we left the season with a lot of questions. Obviously, there were a lot of things that we were like, okay, when we get to the reunion, what is going to be the status of basically Hutta versus the world?
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of things were. I think my big takeaway from this reunion is that a lot of words were said.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of things were said, but a lot
Mm-hmm.
of words were spoken.
Mm-hmm.
In that all of them kind of just had to be there to keep up appearances because they're under contract. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's just really what this reunion felt like in a lot of ways. Formatting, like, I don't know. There were a lot of things that I didn't love. I really honestly, like, I understand that someone needed to be there with Ariana because she's not immediately going to be the person that is
Mm-hmm.
going to ask the tough questions. She's in an interesting
Mm-hmm.
situation where she's going to have to continue to host the show.
Mm-hmm.
But also stay as this kind of impartial party, this, that, and the third, whatever. I personally
Mm-hmm.
do not think Andy Cohen did an exceptional job
Mm-hmm.
as the co-host
Mm-hmm.
of this reunion. Because Andy Cohen did what Andy Cohen does whenever he hosts anything, and he bulldozed every single person in that reunion. And more specifically, he bulldozed the majority of the women when they spoke. He spoke over most of the women, and I'm going to go even as far as to say spoke over most of the Black women and the women of color in this reunion. And that was one of the things, and that is one of the things that I look out for specifically in anything with Andy Cohen. I don't like Andy. I will make that very publicly clear. I do not like Andy Cohen. I do not like a lot of the things he stands for. I do not think he is a good person, point blank and the period, based on the public perception that I have seen of him and the things that he has said and stands for. With all of that being said, taking away those blinders, looking at the things he did in this reunion, he would not speak over any of the men. He would let the men do whatever they were going to do and say their piece and then respond accordingly. Oftentimes, when any of the women were speaking, and I noticed this most specifically during the back and forth conversations with Shelley and Alandria, he repeatedly spoke over both of them. And both of them were trying to get their points across, speak their mind, speak their truth, and say what they were wanting to say. And on many occasions in this reunion, Andy spoke over both of them to either segue the conversation, to try to get another piece of information out, which is what he's there to do. And I will praise him for that, because he asked the tough questions that Ariana wasn't going to, and we knew she wasn't going to. And I will give him props for doing that, because that is what he was hired to do, point blank. But it was too many occurrences for me personally of him talking over specifically the Black women in this reunion. He even spoke over Coco, I believe, at one point. He was speaking over Hutta. He was speaking over Amaya. And it's a trend that I noticed. And it's a trend that goes outside of this reunion and goes into several of the other pieces of media that Andy hosts, that Andy coordinates. This is not an isolated incident. And I just had a big problem with that. You're here to host a reunion. You are a guest in this space. This is not your space, Andy. Let these women speak. I understand that you're a fan. That's fine and dandy and lovely and wonderful. You are joining in this as a fan with your experience. And being a viewer of this season, you should be the one to know that you should let Shelley and Alandria and even Hutta, to be honest, speak their mind, speak what they have to say, without you constantly speaking over them and trying to segue the conversation to other things. That's what I had the biggest issue with this entire reunion, to be honest. That is probably very isolated to me because of my prior experiences with him. But as much as I can to take the blinders off of the fact that I don't like this man, it was very, very distracting for me throughout the entire reunion. And it felt like Andy Cohen's reunion featuring a question or two from Ariana Madix. And that's not what it should have been, in my opinion. I think if someone was going to be brought in as the co-host, it should have been Maura Higgins. Maura's been here basically the entire season. Now, I'm pretty sure she was filming Traitors, so I think she was unavailable. Or bring in Sophie or whoever was the other After Sun host. I just think the other co-host should have been someone in the Love Island space who has hosting experience. Because Frank, even honestly, why wasn't Selly the co-host? Like, I think Selly would have been a better
Absolutely
co-host.
not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm. I don't want Sally nowhere near this reunion. I don't want
Why?
Sally on After Sun anymore because Sally is so fake and fraudulent. Like she says stuff on After Sun and she'll say stuff on the show and then be like, "Oh well, no, I would never. I don't like." She spoke so badly about Alandria and Shelly throughout the season on After Sun, and then afterwards it's like, "Oh no, I love them." Like absolutely not. Absolutely not. Shelly, I don't. And she just like Ariana. We wouldn't have got anything. She would have been sitting there like, oh, yeah, okay. We would have got nothing. We needed somebody who was going to ask the questions that somebody who doesn't still want their job later in Love Island universe is going to do. Andy has no stake in the Love Island. They can't fire him. They asked him to come. So he doesn't have to abide by the do these rules so that he will still have a job with Love Island. Ariana still has to do that. If they brought Stelly or Mora or Sophie, they would have still had to toe the line in order to keep a job in the Love Island universe. So absolutely not. I don't want anybody from the Love Island universe. I need somebody who is from the outside, who sees things, who watched the show, sees things, and can come in and say, "This is what we need to talk about." Because Ariana sure as heck wasn't gonna do it, and neither would anybody else.
Well, then they needed to do someone that was actually going to let people speak instead of talking over them.
Okay, so I let you. Are you done? Because I
Yes.
don't want to cut you off. I don't agree with that at all. I don't think he did all of that. I didn't feel when I was watching that he cut them off in a rude manner. I think he was trying to get the conversation moving because a lot of the times when they were talking back and forth, it was going around in circles. It was going around in circles. Nothing was getting answered. Nothing was getting resolved. So he had to be a host because Ariana wasn't saying anything. He had to come in and say, okay, well, let's figure out how we can get this resolved, how we can move on from this. And I think that was when he would cut people off, is to try to get the conversation to move forward instead of being stagnant and staying in this. Well, I said what you said. Well, I said what you said. We can't sit here for 15 minutes talking about what I said, what you said. We have to move this along. They were filming this for 12 freaking hours, and now I see why. Because nobody was talking about anything except going back and forth. Well, I said, and you said, and we said, and I said, and you. Andy had to step in. I don't think him cutting people off in the way that he did it in this reunion was to be rude or to overspeak them or overtalk them, or it was to get them to move on because it was getting ridiculous. Some of these segments didn't need to happen. Some of
Oh,
these segments didn't need to be this long. Some of these segments could have just been like, is this a yes or no answer? It's simple as that, but they drug it out to, well, I want to say and I have to say, and she said and they said and we said and you said and they said. So I don't feel, and I am not like Andy Cohen stan. Please trust and believe. It's things about Andy Cohen I am not riding with and I am not rocking with. But I think for this instance, since they asked him to be there, I think he did a good job for what needed to be done in this situation. And because like you will never catch me watching the Watch What Happens Live ever again because I found that show to be very annoying and I just only time I watched it was because Nick and Landria were on it. But after
that's
that,
fair.
I will not watch it again because get out of here. But it was I think what he did for this reunion is what needed to be done in the last reunion that Ariana couldn't pull off by herself. But I don't think it was I personally, this is just me personally, I think he did a good job in this reunion, keeping it moving. Did it have some points where he had to cut people off? Absolutely. But that's sometimes the job as a host. You might have to cut people off and say, hey, we have to move on. We can't stay here too much longer, or we're gonna be here for 15 more hours. So it's time to go. So that's just me personally. I don't think he was cutting off the women on purpose, or I don't because honestly, the men didn't really say much for them to him to have to cut them off. They just stopped talking. After a while, they just stopped talking. The women had a lot to say and they kept it going and he had to cut them off. So I don't think it was just him being now I've seen him on some housewives um reunions, and he does do that. He
Yeah,
does cut them off, but and sometimes it's unnecessary cutting them off, but sometimes it's necessary. In this situation alone, though, I don't think he was cutting them off for unnecessary reasons. I think every reason he had to cut them off was a valid reason. So
that's fair.
that's just me personally.
That's fair.
Um, mhm.
It
and
just it just felt a little disproportionately towards
mhm.
specifically Shelley, Alandria, and Hutta. And the thing that those three women have in common is that they're women of color. Like I just didn't see him doing that towards, and I know these are more like, for lack of a better term, minor characters in this season, but I didn't see him doing that to people like Grayson, people like Hannah.
Okay.
Like I didn't see that. So
But they
I'm
didn't
just
talk
like,
much. Grayson had
yes,
one segment, and Hannah had one segment.
and in those segments he didn't do any like that we saw. I'm just
Right.
saying, like, it just
Yeah.
felt disproportionately because those are the women that are talking the most. So,
Right.
as much as I'm trying to take my
Right.
blinders
I
off,
get
it's
it.
just
I get it.
I am doing my absolute best to not be biased. I do think overall he was a good host. I just
Hmm.
have issues with a lot of the things that he did. It's just a little frustrating.
Absolutely. And I will say, so going into getting into the show of it all,
The meat of it
the
all.
meat of it all, because we bring in our final four. We already see what kind of time they were on with the seating because Nick and Alandria and Pepe and Iris on one side. You have Huda, Amaya and Brian, and Chris on the other side in that particular order. So we already knew what kind of time we were going to be on with here. We were like, okay,
Good Lord.
it just wasn't happening. It was crazy. But I did like how they showed each other's couples and how, the story, the arc of their story or whatever. We
Yeah.
saw Nicolandria, we saw Pepe and Iris, then we
Yeah.
went to Maya and Brian, and then they go and talk to Huda and Chris. And they talk to Huda about Chris, and they're like, what's the relationship? Is it awkward seeing each other here?" And Hood's like, "No, I feel fine."
Yes.
And it, I mean, I feel fine. Is it weird?
Yes,
Why is it weird?
because I don't like her.
It's just weird. He was like, it's just weird. He's just like, it's just weird. And I was just like,
Baby,
stand on business.
the way I said, Chris, you better. Chris, you better. I loved every bit of Chris in this reunion. I gotta be honest. I loved it. The way when he said in that little, like, the little blurb that we got at the very, very beginning, where he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna come in and, like, it's just gonna be chaos and all of that. I was like, okay, Chris, let's just see what you, are gonna give.
And
And
he
then he gave.
gave. He
And he
gave.
gave.
Chris was like, look, I'm gonna be honest. Because they asked if they'll be friends. He was like, no, we
No,
will never be friends. We won't be friends. I don't, I can't
no.
do that with her. I can forgive, but I will not forget. I can't be friends. And he's like, what she said about me in the podcast after the show is unforgivable. I can't forgive that. It was weird, it was awkward, it was rude, and I want nothing to do with her. Like, that's just it. And
And
then the
honestly, fair.
fair, absolutely. Like, you don't get to go on podcasts and talk about a man's manhood and then expect him to be okay with that. You don't get
Yeah,
to do that. You don't get to
no.
coerce a person on national television into trying to get them to have sex with you and then get mad when they don't and then expect them to come out and be besties with you. That's not going to happen. It's just not. And you continue to dog this man. And then you had the nerve, the audacity to call this man 2 days before the reunion to try to clear things up because you saw the hate on your For You page for him. I said, it's interesting that you saw the hate on your For You page for him and you decided to call him because you wanted to clear things up 2 days before the reunion. Huh. You saw the hate on your For You page for him.
Uh-huh.
Okay, just keep that in mind. She saw the hate on her For You page for Chris and she wanted to clear it up. But Chris is like, I know what type of time you are on, calling me 2 days before the reunion, trying to clear things up so we can come to the reunion and say, oh no, we're good. No, we're not good. Literally got on this podcast and talked about how small my manhood is on national television. And hello? You think we're gonna be good because you're gonna call and apologize? What world is she living on? What planet is she from? Because she can't be for real. She can't be so for real. This is not the last time I'm going to be yelling at this girl because she triggered me throughout this entire reunion because this girl does not know how to take accountability for anything she has done. She is
We
allergic to
to
taking accountability.
She's allergic to accountability. We hoped, Lana. We
I
hoped. We really had all the hope in the world for this girl. And unfortunately, she is exactly who we thought she was. A child, just like her child, that she should have gone home to halfway through the season instead of subjecting herself to the entire season of Love Island. But hey, apparently it got her a Netflix deal where she can't talk about a goddamn thing. So you know what? Good on
She
you,
does
girl.
not have a Netflix deal. She does not. It has come out. She has not have anything with Netflix. Netflix has put out a thing that said she does not have an NDA or anything with to do with Netflix. And you sitting here lying on television again when people can fact check you. Are you dumb? Are you like she does not have a Netflix anything. She does not have an NDA with Netflix. It's nothing legal with Netflix. Hell, even Louis doesn't have an NDA with Netflix right now. We know who the man is. Why you sitting here talking? I can't talk about it. And her reasoning, I don't know if you saw this, but her
No,
reasoning,
give me the tea, please. I need the tea.
please, her reasoning for she said she said it was because she wanted to keep her relationship private and she didn't like how Andy was continuously asking her over and over and over about it, and it made her feel uncomfortable. And I
Maybe just
said,
don't show up for the damn reunion.
show up, but then stand on business. When he asks you, just say, I'm not going to talk about it. And they say, why? Because I don't want to. Well, I want to know. Well, no, I'm not going to talk about it. If you stand on your business and just continue to say, I'm not going to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it, guess what? Either he going to continue to ask and look stupid, or he's going to move on with the conversation. And but you sit here lying to us, it's legal. It's legal. I can't talk about it. I'm sorry. I can't talk about it. I'm sorry. I can't talk about it's a Netflix thing. I can't talk. Liar. All you had to say was, I don't want to talk about my relationship because now that I am off the island in my own private life, it's certain things I want to keep private.
You could also just go with the classic response as RuPaul said. Now, I don't see why that's any of your business.
Hello.
But
You could have been
instead,
anything.
but
You
instead,
lie.
but instead, she's such a liar that she might have put herself into a libel situation. And I think that's funny. I think that's so
If
funny.
Netflix come and say something
Do
and
it, Netflix. Do it.
because now you are putting his stuff in jeopardy. What if Netflix no longer wants to work with Louis because you are on TV lying? Guess what? That man is going to leave. If it's going to come between his contracts and his money and you,
He
he's
gone.
leaving. Because that man is a clout chaser. He's always been a clout chaser. He's
Oh,
only
yeah.
about clout. The only reason he's with her is for clout. He was so jealous of Miguel that he wanted to go find him a Leah. And he found a dud. He found a train wreck. He found a liability. And he found fans of hers who are going to drag her down and him down with her if he stay with her. He's already a walking red flag himself. But at least he's a walking red flag and who Netflix likes for now. Stay with her, Louis. Stick with her long enough. Her fans and her foolishness behavior, go take that little bit of clout you got away from you. So dumb. So stupid. I don't even know why she did it. But Netflix was like, she ain't got no NDA with us. She got nothing with us. We ain't got nothing to do with her. They got no special. They got nothing. Nothing is happening. But she wants to lie about that. So whatever, girl. Continue your lies. Sticking with Huda because I feel like we should just get the Huda garbage out the way so I don't have to talk about her
I
anymore.
am more than okay with that.
Because
Girl.
Huda, you are completely allergic to accountability. How in the world are you going to sit there in Olandria's face and act like you don't know why she unfollowed you? You go act like you don't know why she's upset with you. You act like you don't understand why Shelly is upset with you. But I'm gonna keep Shelly and Olandria separate. You don't know why Olandria is upset with you when you spent the entire time from day one in that villa to the very end of that villa. You spent with her. You were up under her, and then you had the nerve to spend time with her after the villa. Y'all stayed in an Airbnb for a week afterwards, and you were cuddled up in her bed with her and on live with her and Nick, and you were cuddled up and talk about you were Hilton. I'm their daughter. I'm Hilton. All of this happened, and then the next stinking day, you get on call her daddy. And wait, before we even get there, Landry, before they leave Fiji, before they even step foot away from Fiji, Olandria is showing you the hate that she is getting from your stands. And she says, hey, girl, can you make a post or something to your fans to say, hey, calm this down. This hate is getting outrageous. And you're like, yeah, girl, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna make a post about it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a post about it and we go get it done. You get all the way back to California. You get to the Airbnb. You all up in her bed. 2 days has passed. Nothing. You cuddling up with her. She calling her mom, and you getting in the bed with them. And you all on their live, and you go do call her daddy. No posters come out. Nothing has happened. You get on call her daddy, and you allude to two people bullying you in the villa. And then when they question you about who bullied you, you don't give a name. You just say, some people bullied me. I felt very bullied. But did you mention being bullied on the show? Not one time. And you want to know why you didn't mention being bullied on the show? Because you were not bullied. But what you did, you came out this villa and you saw what your fans were posting and how they were calling them bean girls and were saying these were bullies and blah, blah, blah. And you saw the clip. One clip you can talk about in this was when Shelly and Sierra was sitting there and Nick and Taylor, and they were all looking at you, or you thought they were looking at you, and you opposed it, and they were like, well, they were literally just talking about how draining you and Jeremiah are because y'all were just fighting and cussing each other out the day before, and now y'all working out together. They were like, oh my God, these people are crazy. This is going to drive us nuts. And then that's what they were looking at, the situation unfolding before their very eyes. And they were like, oh my God, this is going to be a continued cycle with them. This is what it's going to be. And only for you to sit there and act like, oh, they're looking at me. And they're like, what is she doing? Oh, she thinks we're
Uh-huh.
looking at her. And
Uh-huh.
then, but we're not. And they start laughing. And that is what you call bullying? Was it
And dear
rude?
viewers, keep in mind, and also I'm gonna cut in so Lana can breathe for a second. Keep in mind here as well, calling someone draining and calling a relationship in the villa that you're also living in 24/7 draining is not bullying. That is just a fact of the situation that they were all living in. Let's just make that very clear. Go right ahead, Lana. Back onto your soapbox. I just wanted to
Yep.
give you a moment.
I thank you
You're welcome.
because they then you that's the clip you got to go off of. That's what you say is bullying and why you felt bullied. But you didn't feel bullied in that moment because you didn't say anything about being bullied. You never said you felt bullied. Now, one moment you said you felt a little isolated, and yeah, there was a time when the girls isolated themselves from you because you were getting on their nerves and they needed to breathe. They needed to have some sort of semblance of whoosah in this villa, and you weren't giving it to them. Like they were constantly coddling you, constantly checking up on you, constantly making sure you were okay. Is this all right for you? Are you good? And so they needed a break from you. And just because you need a break from somebody is not bullying. I need everybody to recognize this. Taking a break from somebody is not bullying. That is protecting your mental health.
That's protecting your peace. And when you're surrounded by this person 24/7 for 2 months, a month and a
2 months.
half, baby, that's no. Like, I'm sorry. The way and the only real time that they absolutely excluded her was after the heart rate challenge when Shelly had her big issue with her and she was like, no, okay, I see how things are. I see that Huda is not going to respect my boundaries, and that's fine. That's cool. I don't want anything to do with her. That's when she got excluded, when Huda did her BS. Like, let's be so for real.
It's so ridiculous. And so then all of that happens. And you go on this podcast and you tell people that you were bullied and you don't give names. So, of course, your fans are going to go run with the thought of who they assume you are talking about. And it's going to be Sierra, it's going to be Shelly, and it's going to be Alandria. Those are the three mean girls. Those are the bullies. And they bullied Huda. Oh my God, I can't believe they bullied her. We didn't see it, but we know that it is because Huda said they bullied her. Then for her to say, well, I didn't say you, Olandria. You didn't say anybody. You didn't say anybody. But you still ain't posted anything about the racism that was going on in Olandria and Shelly's DMs, and even Sierra's at the time.
Yeah.
You didn't even question, you didn't even put a post about any of that. You then called Sierra fake on that same podcast. So obviously you don't like her. And I'm not a fan of 404, but I'm just saying, um, she didn't deserve that from you either.
Agreed.
She didn't deserve that from you. Um, But Shelly and Alandria definitely didn't deserve that because they were the ones who was always up on you, helping you and trying to be there for you. And but then she's like, well, I did say I love Alandria so much. So I don't know why they thought it was you. Because you didn't make it clear, baby doll. You weren't concise in what you're saying. Because if I'm going to sit here and say someone is bullying me, I'm not going to get on a podcast like someone's bullying me. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. And we all think it's Logan, but I don't say it's Logan because we I didn't assume, but I feel like I know it's Logan, but I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna let my fans just go jump on the Logan hate train because I don't want to
Sounds
say
about
it.
right.
There's never a chance I do that, never a chance I'm
Oh, I'm
doing
not
that to
talking
you.
about you specifically. You know what I'm
So
talking about. Anyway.
no, so stupid, so dumb.
It would
No,
never be from Lana. I
will
love Lana
never,
dearly. But point
never.
being, no, you're 100% correct. Like, it just, this went around in circles and circles and circles and squares and pentagons and rhombi and all of the fucking shapes in the world. Just for her to literally, she is the epitome of saying words without saying things. Like, it just was empty thoughts without
She is.
any, without, and like you said earlier, allergic to accountability. And it's so frustrating because we left the
Mhm.
finale saying, let's just hope that coming out of the villa, she sees the good things that are being said. She is able to take the accountability and she is able to see that her actions are not good. Unfortunately, we didn't get any of that.
Mm-mm.
I'm really disappointed that we didn't get any of that because I wanted to come to a reunion where Hutta and Shelly and Alandria were all best friends again. Like, I love those moments on this season, and I think that would have been really, really great to see. And unfortunately, that's not the universe we're living in, and it's because of Hutta.
She just won't. She doesn't. She just doesn't get it. She
No,
has. She has fallen victim to the clout and the fame and the followers that she has because she did come out of the house with the most followers, and she has taken that, which I feel is the detriment of her. And her fans are going to be the detriment of her because they don't know how, they have no chill. They're babies, they're teenagers, they're kids out here acting real reckless, and it's going to ruin their fave, and they don't get it.
there are people still
Still.
defending her after her actions in this reunion. Even after watching Alandria cry over the moment they had talking about the racism that her and Shelly got. And then, if you don't mind stepping off of the soapbox, Lana, so
You
I
can
can get
join
up on
me. You
there.
can join me.
Oh,
Come on, it's plenty of room.
That works fine by me.
There's plenty
I'm
of
gonna step
room.
right up there. Because then this woman has the nerve, the cheek, the gall, the audacity, and the gumption in this moment when Alandria is just trying to convey the fact that she just wanted this post to be made. Hutta's like, well, I was dealing with racism too. Okay, and you shouldn't have been. Point blank in the period, you shouldn't have
Period.
been. In this current moment, Hutta, I'm sorry, baby. It's not about the racism that you received.
I will say this. See, all lives mattered me in this moment
It really felt
because
that way. It
it
really
felt that
felt
way.
that way.
It felt that way. But, and here's the thing, racism in any form is wrong. The people who were
Absolutely.
saying things about Huda and being racist towards Huda is absolutely
Disgusting.
positively disgusting and wrong. But here's the thing, with all the stuff that was coming their way and flooding their DMs and their timelines and things, it's possible not to see everything and
Yeah.
only see your version, your the hate that you're getting and hate that she's getting. And the difference is, Huda, sweetheart, this is where the difference is. Alandria and Shelly came to you specifically and said, "Hey, baby, this is what's going on. Your fans are perpetrating this racism and this hate. And we need you, if you could please just say something to knock this out." You then should have said, "I will do that, but I also need you guys to tell your fans
Yes.
that who are sending me hate and things because I'm seeing it up and down my timeline. I
Yeah.
would really love if y'all would talk about the racism or from your fans as well." And y'all could have did a joint statement
A
together
hundred percent.
and
A
all
hundred
came out and
percent.
said, "Hey, we are good. I don't hate this woman. You don't need to hate this woman. Don't, no racism will be tolerated. If you are a fan of mine, you do not send hate or anything towards any of these women.
And if you are
Period.
sending
Point.
hate, you're not a fan of
You're not
mine.
a
Point
fan of
blank.
mine. Unfollow me and leave." Because they're trying to
Mhm.
compare Huda to Leah, and I'm like, absolutely not, because Leah would have never
No.
stood this when Leah came out of that villa last season and she saw the hate that was going towards Serena and Janae. She spoke on it instantly,
Instant accountability.
instantly.
And I will always appreciate. I didn't love
Absolutely,
everything. I didn't love
no,
everything Leah did in that villa, but I will
no.
always appreciate Leah for taking
Leah post
instant
villa,
accountability.
Leah post
Instant.
villa.
Leah
Hmm.
post villa? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Living.
Yes, ma'am.
But yeah,
Because
it's just like this could have been a 5-minute situation that is now divulged into a month-long absolute tirade of BS. And I don't think it, and ultimately what it comes down to is maturity level. Huda is still a child, and it showed in this reunion.
And Huda said this already. She does not have female friends, and that is the reason why. She doesn't know how to get friends, and she doesn't know how to keep friends because she does stupid stuff like this. And she always wants to be the center of attention. She always has to have the woe is me as on me. Like all the attention needs to go on me, and everybody else are my side pieces. Like you're my sidekicks. And I'm the star. She has main character energy and she does not know how to share her spotlight. But she found out very quickly that Shelley and Alandria were not going to let her dim their light. And they are the stars. They are the it girls. They came out being sought after. They were that. You had to catch up. They were that. And now you don't know how to handle it. So you couldn't even give 5 minutes to write a post on your page. And then everybody's like, people are like, Shelly didn't do it. Alandria didn't do it. Shelly did do it. Shelly did do it. She made a whole post about it. Now, I don't know if Alandra made a post, but she talked about it on every single
Yeah.
podcast she was on. Every single one of them. She talked about it. They talked about it on Kiki Palmer together.
Yep.
They talked about it. What you did, Huda, you went on your biggest one on Call Her Daddy and then said everybody was bullying. And then you turned around and go on this very small one that didn't come out till a week later that half the people didn't even watch in the first place, and then say, if I don't hate Alandria, you should. If I don't hate them, you shouldn't hate them. That's the extent of your statement. If I don't hate them, you shouldn't hate them. You didn't talk about the racism. You didn't talk about any of it. You didn't talk about the hate. You just said, if I don't hate them, you shouldn't hate them. My fans, I don't condone bullying, but I was bullied. Girl, girl. Bye.
Anyway.
Anyway, and then the heart rate challenge just showed us everything we already assumed, we already knew. That didn't show me nothing I didn't already know. You did too much, Huda. You did too much. And you want to act like you don't know why Shelly was upset because you're like, it's just a challenge. It's just a challenge. It's a challenge 5 weeks in. It's a challenge where couples are established. Even if they're not exclusive or closed off, they are established. And just like how you were in the first week with Jeremiah, Shelly is now at that stage with Ace. They have built and grown a thing. But even if it's not even about Ace, it's about friendship and respect. And Shelly was like, all I ask is for respect as a friend. You know how I feel about this person. You know we work. I'm with him. You didn't have to do all that. And when we watched the full extended thing, it was like, first of all, I was cringe. I couldn't. I was like, oh God, I really want to watch this. I really don't want to watch this. But the way you doubled back on Ace after, like, you were kissing him more than you were, and grinding and licking his. You did too much, and you could have just said, "Hey, I did too much." You admitted it to Nick. You did too much, but you didn't want to admit to Shelly you did too much. And then you want to act like it's just a challenge. I don't get it. And if I was ugly, would it be a problem? Like, girl, allergic to accountability. That's literally all Hoodie has been. And then she watched herself do these things to Jeremiah. She watched herself do these things to Shelly and Alandria. She watched her do these things and she laughed. She sat there and laughed. Diabolical, this woman is. She is a danger to Black people. I'm going to say this. She is dangerous to Black people because she feels like she does not have any obligation to talk about racism when it's not against her. But she wants to call herself a friend. I love y'all. I love y'all. The true love bomber of the season was Huda. It was not Jeremiah. It was Huda. She walked in the villa talking about, I love you girls. I love you girls. I love you girls. That is how she manipulated everybody from doing what she wanted to do. I love y'all. Y'all like my sisters. Y'all love y'all. I love y'all. Y'all wouldn't do that to me. Y'all wouldn't touch Jeremiah because I love y'all. I love y'all. You wouldn't do that to me. I would bring Chris back for you, but I love you, girl. I love you, girl. I love you, girl. So I'm not wrong because I love you. You're my favorite. She love bombed the hell out of everybody in that villa. And she manipulated everybody. You can agree with me or you don't have to. That's fine. And if you are a fan of her, that's fine. You can love
Why?
her. I can care less at this point. You can love her. You can love her down. I am not going to be a fan of that.
No.
This is my platform here, so I get to say my piece. And you don't have to watch. You don't have to say anything. You can leave. You can go. But that woman is a danger to Black women, period. And I could not, if you support her, I cannot have you in my life because I don't feel safe with you. Man, that's all I have to say about Huda. I want nothing else. And Amaya Papaya, I see you. You treading on very thin ice. You are treading on very thin ice because how dare you sit there and watch that little 15 funky second clip and be like, oh, that's mean. But it's not mean when Alandria says she got a meme of her face plastered on George Floyd's body with Huda's face on the police officer on her neck. Oh, that's not mean. You want to defend Huda or Hula, as you say. I forget Huda. I like Hula. You defend Huda on every turn. But you say Alandria is a good friend to you, but that's mean that they said, oh, she thinks we're looking at her, but we're not. But it's not mean for somebody to post a hate meme about Alandria. Okay. I see you too. I see you too. I'm gonna get back to her, but I see you too. That's all I gotta say about that.
Well, where do you want to go next?
Let's go to Coco. Because
Oof. Okay.
let's talk about Miss Coco.
All right. Baby. This
About Miss
woman's
Coco.
just as fucking delusional.
My God.
Girl,
Oh,
what? First of
we
all,
saw.
I was like, who are you?
Oh, stop. Coco. We were rooting for you. We
We
were
were all rooting
all
for
rooting
you.
for you.
How
We were
dare
ready.
you?
How dare you? We were ready to start a petition to get you on season 8 of Love Island as an OG. We were ready because we were like, Coco deserves to come back and do this again the right way. Coco deserves to come back. Put her on Love Island games. We were ready to root for you. until you decide to take your raggedy behind on that podcast and let that person talk about how delusional Olandria is when you went home and could have watched what happened. You watched mostly everything before you got in there. You were comfort girl, so you had a good bird's eye view of what was happening before you even got in there. So you knew how Taylor was acting around Olandria and what he was doing. And you still went on there talking about she was up there, my man, my man, my man. And when the girl said almost to the point of delusional, you like, I mean. But that wasn't shade. You weren't trying to be shady. But then you get mad when Alandria is on a live and JD says, "Hey, Coco, want to talk to you," and she say, "I'm cool."
Bitch, where?
Trick, where?
Bitch, where?
How
Um,
is that not shady?
it
How is
is.
how is that not shady? How is that?
Did
I'm
Coco
sorry you
drink the
took it
Huda
that way.
delusion juice? Like, I'm sorry, girl. Like,
Oh my God. How did you sit there like, I didn't know? Like, I'm sorry you took it that way. That was never my intention. What was your intention then for doing that?
quickly.
And when Alandra's like, and then you like, I sent you a DM, Alandria. She's like, yeah, I saw it and I don't F with it. And that was the one time that was one of my favorite moments was it was Alandria like, yeah, I saw the DM. I don't F with it. And Nick started I was like,
I loved
yeah,
it.
Nick was like, that's my woman right there. Period. Stand on
Mm-hmm.
business. She's standing on business right now. And she just like how, and then you liked the comments, Coco. You were liking weird comments about people talking bad about Alandra and Shelly. What do you think she was going to do? How do you think she was going to react to that? How do you think both of them were going to react to that? And you talk about, I'm a chocolate girl. I always ride for the chocolate girls. No, you don't. Because you were then also mad at Clark. You got a different podcast about some Clark should have defended me more. She could have defended so I could stay
But the
in the
Costa girls
villa.
are great. Girl, where? Your stories are not adding up. The
Like
math ain't mathin'. The stories are not straight just like your bangs. Girl, get out.
she's so oh my god. She mad. She
That
jealous of
was shade.
uh she jealous of Clark because Clark got to stay and Clark got Taylor over her. She jealous of Alandria and Shelly. Or Alandria because Alandria got to stay over her. She, it's like, girl, you can't do things in private. When you can't apologize in private when you do things publicly. That is what I've been trying to let people know. You cannot expect somebody to do something so publicly where you embarrass or try to shade somebody and expect them to accept your private apology. You didn't do it privately, so you should publicly apologize.
Agreed.
So ridiculous. And production and editors, I y'all need to come to the front because y'all are dirty and y'all are messy. I don't know if you know this, Logan. Do you know how we were sitting here watching the reunion and we sat there and watched Alendria and sort of go back and forth and it was just them talking and Shelly pops in and says her thing
Uh-huh.
and that was it? Do you know it was a whole lot of that cut out?
Oh.
Because do you know Nick actually defended Alandria against Huda in that
Oh.
same scenario and situation, and everybody's like that should have been in there, but they cut it.
I was not aware.
hmm it had to do something because Nick has now unfollowed Huda on Instagram
Now
as
that I did
well.
see. Now that I did
hmm
see. Yeah.
So I'm like, and Jeremiah has made comments and confirmed that Nick has defended Alandria. But of course, the producers don't want us to see Nick doing something right for Alandria, so Alandria looks crazy in her things. Also, Vanna did a live yesterday. Was like, I also stood up for Alandria during that situation, and they cut it all out. So apparently, several people said stuff to Huda, and they cut it out to. I guess that maybe they didn't want to look like a dog pile. Maybe they didn't want to look like everybody was bullying Huda. But sometimes people deserve to be bullied when they have done wrong, or not even bullied, but stood up against. And
Yeah,
it's not bullying when they're calling you out on your shit.
agreed.
And she got called out on it, and now they cutting it out. And I'm like, okay, production, I see your spirit.
Yeah.
I see your spirit. I see your spirit. I hate y'all. I hate. Mm. I promise y'all, Love Island, you are wearing very thin on my life right now. This reunion just, I was so excited for Love Island games, and now I'm just like,
We'll
y'all pissing
see.
me off. I will these 3 weeks. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it in 3 weeks. But if I was gonna ask, if you asked me today, Love Island can go to hell on all fronts. All
If
fronts.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if HUD is on, I'm not watching. I'm not
Oh,
covering. I'm
absolutely
not
not.
doing anything
No,
with it.
no, no, no. If she's on it, I'm not watching it. But I don't think she's on it because I think she thinks she's
I
bigger
have
than the
a
program.
I have a sneaking suspicion she might be.
Mm. Mm. If she is,
But
I'm covering it. If she is, I'm not covering it.
um
But yeah, Coco girl, crazy. Bye.
whatever. Who?
Uh,
Um
what else you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Austin.
Yes, please talk about Austin and his
Oh
whatever
Lord.
he was on.
Truly, that's why my tagline is tag yourself, I'm the drugs Austin was on. Because baby, what?
What was he on?
I a
Mm.
mess. A goddamn mess of a Jaden, thank you, baby. Thank you for getting the fuck out. I am happy for that girl. I'm very happy for that girl. That whole situation was a damn mess. Anytime they tried to cut to this man, he was a damn mess. Every single thing about him, a damn mess. I'm just like,
Why are you here?
who allowed, like, genuinely, who allowed this?
It's crazy. It was so ridiculous. I was like, "Ah, Austin, this whole segment, it was so stupid. And it could have been like I honestly feel like they should have did a two-part series of this reunion, and we should have had
I
one part
really, yeah.
of all the irrelevant stuff, all the irrelevant
Yeah.
conversations, all the people who didn't need much, didn't
That
get.
should have been part one.
That should have been part two. Like send that to
Oh,
the
okay.
back end. Like send that part to the back end. And then the part one should have been the main characters who we focused on the most. Like, well, come on. Come on now. It was so ridiculous. Okay, Austin, you wanted to go out and have dates. Do that. She didn't care. She just said tell us so she don't look stupid. And you decided not to do that. So now she's like, okay, done, we're done. And then you're like, yeah, whatever. I didn't ever like, come on, man. That whole situation was so dumb. She just said she don't want to be stupid. I mean, watch how we cluster this up. I'm trying to cluster this whole section and all this whole part up. Jaden, not with Austin because Austin makes her look stupid because he don't want to tell
Yeah.
her. Grayson, Grayson upset with Pepe because Pepe could have told her sooner that he wasn't feeling those sparks. Pepe agrees. We move. Pepe, not Pepe. Grayson is finds out Huda wrote the note. She's like, it's okay. I guess it didn't sound as bad as you wrote it. Whatever. Grayson, get a backbone. Get a backbone. Because you was mad the whole time in the villa. Now you want to act like it's okay. Oh, anyway. Um, Andrina co-signs with uh Jaden. Cool. That all is true. Facts. We get it.
Andrina, loved seeing her.
Beautiful. Love to see you.
Beautiful, beautiful gowns, lovely gowns. Like
Beautiful
that's
gowns.
basically
Love to see it.
that's all.
Period.
That's all Andrina added
That's
to the
it. That's all
reunion.
she had was
Honestly.
that. It's like, okay.
Oh, her and
Brian,
Brian. Her and
Brian,
Brian.
boring. We get it. We were both boring. Our conversations were boring.
Great. Cool.
Move. We move. Brian, Zach, Kay on via satellite Zoom. You could have stayed on Zoom. You didn't even need to be there. But Brian held his own. Talking about some. You called me a clout chaser. And you said I was here for the money. But Brian, you were. So
But Brian,
you
you
were
were.
pot meet
And we
kettle.
just found out yesterday you were.
We found out weeks ago you were, but okay. Some
But
of us found out
officially,
yesterday. Some of us found out officially. Some of us found out officially yesterday. Some of us been new. We didn't see you. We didn't see you, Brian. We didn't see you buying a
hey,
30,000 $30,000 Rolex when you only got $50,000.
baby. Hey, anything to get a Maya Papaya the win.
Absolutely not. Because of my papaya, I'm on your ass.
Well,
I'm
yes.
on your ass.
Well, yes, now.
Because girl. But I will say, Brian, you stood on business when you talking to Zach. We talking about Zach and coming for you, and
That
he
was
didn't have
good.
to.
Yep.
He didn't have to say it. He ain't lie, but he ain't have to say it because he was doing the same thing you were doing. Both of y'all was scamming. Both of y'all
Yep.
was scam artists, and we see it. We see it. Whatever. Um, that's all the cost of people. JD, Zach, and Elon had
In a
nothing to say
thruple.
about anything. Thruple had nothing to say about anything. Boof,
But
get off my
apparently,
stage.
but apparently the thruple's in danger. Ooh.
Who cares? Get off my stage. All of you. Get off my stage. You didn't need to be here. You could have all been on Zoom like Brian. I mean, like
Go
Zach.
live your beautiful thruple life together, and go make your pancakes. Have fun.
Like, get off my stage. All of you. Like, oh my God. That was that whole segment in a nutshell. Nothing happened. Nothing new. Now, the person who I felt shocked me the most. Wait. Before I get there, let me get let me
Casso?
talk. No. I'm gonna skip past Casa. But
Okay.
three dreads. Let me holler at you. Three dreads. Let me holler at you. Let me holler at you. Three dreads. That whack ass apology. You could have
Oh
saved it.
God.
You could
Oh
have
my.
saved that. What do you mean? I was waiting for the right time, and I guess this is the right time to do it in front of everybody. Because of course, nothing you do could be just between you and the person you need to talk to or you talking to.
You
Because
got to make a
everything you do
public
got to be an audience
spectacle.
about it. About
Yeah.
everything. So this is your apology. I'm sorry I could have told you earlier.
But you're still my
But
dog.
you still my dog. You still my dog. Alondra said,
Is this where we
is this what we
clap?
clap? Ace, you get your big one for that, Ace. Ace. Is
I
this
loved it. I live.
Ace? Is this what we clap?
Ace. Ace. You.
The man that you are, Ace.
I just. Ah.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Ace. Okay. But yeah, that was so
The
ridiculous.
way. And the
Uh,
way also. The way Clark was so proud. She was like, I went and, and rode a
bro.
horse, no saddle. And everyone was like, oh, good. Girl, no one care about you and that man. I am happy you got your
Oh,
man, but girl,
just oh, I was like, that was the weakest. Here's my one thing, and I don't, Nick, I ain't trying to tell you what to do. Nick, I love you. Nick, I love you. I do. You and Olandria are my favorite two people from the season. I love y'all. Um, but Nick, I'm gonna need you to distance yourself from that man.
yeah,
I need you to distance yourself from that man. I know he's your best friend. I know y'all were friends in the villa. Let that be a villa relationship. That be a villa friendship. Because outside of the villa, As much as Alendra says she's okay with you being friends with him, I just can't see that. So it's gonna have to come down to you between if you go pick your girl or you go pick your boy. It's
Because
going to
he
come to that
is,
at some point.
because
This
he is
man is
not it.
he's not it, and he's only going to continue to use you for the clout that you have.
Oh yeah.
Every time Nick is in Taylor's vicinity and they go on live or do things, he's like, Nick, you hold the phone because you got more followers. You bring my followers up, but my ratings, my views up. Like, get out of
The clout
here.
chaser of the season, but we
Uh
already knew.
get out of here. Like, I can't. You follow Alandra around in the Hamptons with all day long after the villa when she was you picked Clark, remember? You picked Clark. But the second y'all get together in the Hamptons and you see how big Alandria is outside the villa, now you can't keep your hands off her. You gotta follow her around the villa. You in the pool touching her hair, making sure she look okay. Who are you? We see your spirit, sir. You didn't even need that apology. I think Alandra could have went her whole life without hearing that raggedy. If you go apologize, make sure you mean it. Say it once, because honestly, Taylor, that's all anybody ever asked of you was to apologize to Alandra. If you would have apologized to Alandra in that villa, you would have walked out of there with people loving you. People would have been
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Taylor's such a good guy." Because at the beginning, we all loved Taylor. Taylor was a great guy. Taylor was great. He did great. He was so good, so sweet, so kind. And then your mask slipped off, and we started to see the ugliness of you and how you would not take accountability either. I think you might be allergic to it too.
I think
I
he's
think
had some of that. I think he's had some of that Hutta delusion juice. Um, Hutta passed it to Coco. Coco
Coco
passed
Passion
it to
Taylor.
Taylor. Taylor gave a little bit to Clark, just a little bit.
She didn't like it. She
Um,
said, "Mm-mm,
yeah,
mm-mm."
no, she didn't like it, and good for you, girl. I'm happy for you. Um, Taylor gave it to the thruple. The thruple's off just doing their own damn thing in the world. They threw it over to Austin. And Austin had way too much of it, and that's how we got Austin at this reunion.
So dumb. It's so dumb. I just was like, no, this is stupid. I can't. I can't. Like Taylor, keep it, save it. If you would have did it in the villa and also meant it sincerely, people would have been on your side. But no, waiting to the
No,
reunion. No,
no.
don't want to hear it.
Um, on that note, do you want to move to Nicolandria?
Let's move to Nicolandria.
More positive waters, Nicolandria.
Hmm.
Because I think overall they stood on business.
Oh, absolutely.
They stood on
Alen-
business. I mean, that is kind of, we've kind of been like talking a little bit about them because they are literally involved in everybody's business.
Because
But
everybody can't keep their name out their mouth.
exactly. But I think overall they stood on business. They both did what they needed to do here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I thought I had no negative notes whatsoever, but are we surprised? No.
No,
I'm gonna let
Nick.
Lana do most. I'm gonna let Lana do most of the talking about Nicolandria, because obviously, hi, also a big Nicolandria fan. Obviously, I love them both, but I'm gonna let Miss Lana do most of the Nicolandria talking here.
I mean, look, we have talked about Olandria and how she handled herself in this and took care, went to the people who she needed to address. Nick also did the same thing when it came down to the Jeremiah situation, where he was like, listen, he's been teasing us since post Villa, about it being the clip that is not, people are not seeing of what happened during that Jeremiah vote and everything else. And he talked about how he was the only one who said Austin should have went home that night. He was like, if there's a 5% chance that Jeremiah is into Edwina, then we should allow him to have that over Austin, who obviously has no connection. He doesn't want a Maya. He has said he doesn't want a Maya. Uh, he has no connection with anybody. So we need to send Austin home. It was Taylor who was leading that conversation about how Jeremiah is doing the same thing with Adrena that he did with Huda. And so he feels like they're repeating the cycle, and he feels like Jeremiah probably needs to go. Ace agreed with Taylor and was like, this is something that it is happening, and we don't want the same situation. Although it was not the same situation, they so we come to find out that people were dogging Nick, dogging him on the internet about being a minion and a follower and Ace's minion over this whole thing when he didn't even vote for Jeremiah to go.
Like for what? Like the revisionist history that went on with this entire vote is absolutely nuts to me because like yeah. Did y'all even watch the show? Do you all watch the show, Tamar? Like, let's be so for real. The way, like, because that's a lot of the stuff that I saw as well was like everyone was dogging on Nick, and I'm like, okay, well, dog on Nick for something else he did in the villa. I don't know,
He
stay in
did
the
a lot.
Sierra as long as he did. I don't know. Like, well, he didn't know. That's fine. That's not
He
his
didn't.
fault. He didn't know. It's fine. But like, why he didn't even vote out Jeremiah. He stood on his own business. He listened to what Ace said. Yes, as in listened to the words that came out of Ace's mouth, but he didn't follow what Ace said. That was everybody else in the situation. So why are we, because he's the most popular one here? So we're gonna dog on him because of that. Learn your history of this season of Love Island before you're gonna dog on the wrong person for it. Let's be
I mean,
so
people are dog. They've been dogging on the wrong people the whole time because Ace being the ringleader was not the case. Everybody had their own view, and Ace was just the loudest in the room, and that is where I think a lot of people took the mistake of Ace being the loudest in the room as Ace running the show. Ace was just the loudest in the room, but Taylor and Nick both made their own decisions on what they wanted to do in that situation with Jeremiah. And then when they showed this vote, talk about Jeremiah still would have went home, I was like, no, production, I see what you're doing because that is not the case. Because that vote that they showed made it look like we were voting on who we wanted to dump. That is who's the least popular, and that's not the vote. That wasn't the vote. We were told who should be dumped from the villa, and Jeremiah was not at the bottom. Jeremiah, because if we go back in those voting histories, it was Jeremiah. Iris was the least, and it was Austin. Those were the least who we wanted to
and of
dump the
course
most.
and of
Who
course
we wanted to dump the most.
we're going to conveniently cut away from the actual result screen that you show so that we're not going to see actual results. But no, we showed the results screen. We showed you what was going on. Peacock, y'all ain't that slick.
Mm-mm.
Y'all really are not that slick. We know a red herring when we see one. And this red herring is large, fishy, and very, very suspicious
Suspicious, weird,
and
you said.
weird.
Because we didn't vote for who we wanted to send home in that vote. It was, well, yes, we did. Who should be dumped from the villa? And the person with the most votes was the one who should have been dumped from the villa because that's the question that was asked. Who should be dumped from the villa? And that was Austin and that was Iris. They were both first on the list because they were the one who got the most votes. Don't try to sit there and say they were our least favorite was Jeremiah and Hannah because that wasn't the case. That's not what we voted on. We voted for who should have been dumped from the island, and Iris and Austin had the most votes. That was what it was. And so I see what y'all did. I see what y'all did. I see what y'all did, and I'm not falling for it. Charlie and Hannah. Charlie, Hannah, Pepe, Iris, TJ, the situation of all of them. Oh my God. Do get throw Grayson in there too, because she was part of the Blonde Brigade.
Sure.
It's this. Okay. Let me just say this, and I'm not gonna talk long because I talked enough already. Charlie, I feel you. I see you. You stood on business because the one thing you said that was not a lie was Charlie said, I shouldn't have been dumped from that villa. It should have been Taylor.
Period.
He said, because Taylor obviously didn't have feelings for Landry like he said. So it should have been Taylor. And I was like,
Period.
you never lied. Oh, Charlie, you never lied. Because it should have been Taylor. And then Alondra would have moved on with Jalen.
And ultimately would have ended up with Nick, so it wouldn't have mattered. But oh yeah, this
Hannah,
whole
yeah, the whole thing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, if you watched our coverage of the season, you know Hannah's my girl. Hannah is my girl. Hannah is my girl. Yeah, this whole situation, and then adding in the Iris and the Pepe of it all, of course, because that gets factored into Hannah getting voted out. And we do ultimately see Hannah, the full deliberation surrounding Hannah's elimination. um it wasn't easy to see any of it. It clearly wasn't easy for Hannah. It wasn't an ideal situation to see. What I do love is the amount of support that Hannah's been getting, um especially here in Tucson. Hannah's been getting a whole lot of support here. And it makes me really, really happy, because she is just an absolutely sweet, wonderful, wonderful girl. And her sentiment in this episode just really, really made me happy. Like, yes, I had this heartbreak, but if that didn't happen, Iris and Pepe wouldn't have worked out, and they didn't. Amaya and Brian wouldn't have, happened, and they didn't work out. But like, if all of these couples, Nick and Alandria probably wouldn't, maybe in a universe, I don't know. I don't think that is necessarily relevant, but um, a lot of couples ended up forming and making good connections because of Hannah's heartbreak here. And I think ultimately, if that's what she's taking away from this experience, is that and the great relationships here, Hannah came away maybe as one of the biggest winners of this reunion for me. And I'm so proud of that girl. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I love her. I loved her spirit here. I hated seeing her cry as much as she did in this episode, but I was just so happy to see her here, standing on her business, speaking her truth, and I just adore her. So I was really happy to see the positive that Hannah's been able to take out of this experience.
Absolutely. I think Hannah just was a star in this reunion. I really enjoyed the few moments that we got from Hannah. It was a great moment. She was just very sweet, and I'm glad that she's okay. And she took away from this moment to just be like, you know what, it is what it is. I have everything worked out the way it's supposed to, and it was interesting that her and Charlie were like, we have not talked. There's no relationship with us after all those boohoo tears and crying and oh my god. It was nothing because she moved on to Pepe, and then Pepe she left and Pepe moved on to Grayson and Iris, and it was just like, eh, it is what it is. It's Love Island, as everybody say. It's Love Island. We did what Love Island does. So I'm glad that they had this whole thing together. Let's talk because you mentioned it. The couples
Ooh.
that are still together. Let that sink in here. Y'all see what's happening right now. We got Austin and Jaden. No. We got
No,
Pep. We got Pepe and Iris. No.
no,
Brian and Maya. No.
no,
Chris and Huddle never even made it off the show.
obviously not.
So the star of the couples award goes to my melanated queens. Period. Clark, Alandria, and Shelly with their men Nick, Ace, and Taylor. They are the only couples from this show that are still together.
Yeah,
And uh, Taylor and Clark are exclusive. They have the status update is they are exclusive. They are boyfriend and girlfriend. They are together. That's them. Shelly and Ace are not like girlfriend and boyfriend officially,
hmm,
but they are exclusively dating, and they are on the path to, as Ace says it, his first and last girlfriend. So That was very sweet. Nick and Alandria have not put a label on their relationship, but they have said that they are doing everything together. They like taking it slow. They don't want the pressures and the noise of the outside world to get involved. But and to all those people like that, they fake for that. They fake. They not together because they won't put a label on it. Tell me you have not read a romance novel without telling me you haven't read a romance novel because we can read between the lines. And if you listen to what this man said, you would know that they are together. They are just not labeling things because Alandria dates with intent. She said it on the show. She dates to marry. Nick knows she dates to marry. Nick had to mature in the villa to be with her in the first place because he was so immature in the beginning that she wouldn't have been able to. He wasn't that ready for her yet. So it took some time for them to get together and be ready for each other. Now that they have been out of the villa for now maybe a month and a half now, they are growing their relationship. And this man said, we are ticking the things off of our boxes. We are doing all the things that we want to do. Everything that she wants, I want to give it to her. And I want to show her, do everything that I can for her. And I'm like, if you are mad because they didn't put a label on their relationship and then listen to those words and still mad, you're a child.
So he's courting her.
Yes.
That's what it
Ace.
is.
Ace is courting Shelly.
Nick
Nick
is
is
courting
courting Orlandria.
Alandria.
And we're
Like,
mad
and
because
you're mad?
you know why they're mad? These children are mad because they don't allow themselves to be courted. They jump right into relationship. They don't want they
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
if you're not hunching, you don't like me. But sometimes it's called courting. You court someone. You make fall
Exactly.
they fall into that place of love, and not just that lustful love, because there is a thing called lustful love. We can fall in
Hmm.
lustful love, like, oh, I really love being around this person. I love touching them. I love being around them and feeling on each other. That's
Hada and
lustful
Jeremiah.
love. Uh, that's lustful love. But when you court somebody and you take the time to get to know who they are inside and out, know what they like, his goal is to make sure she can do everything that she wants to do. And he's been proving that post Villa. She said, I want to go to Disneyland. They went to Disneyland the day after they got out the villa. She says, I've never been to Europe. He took her to Greece. She says, I want to be a model. He got her in 2 photo shoots. This man is courting this woman. He loves her. You can't tell me otherwise. He loves her. He loves her down. He goes to club appearances and he takes his mother and his sister just to make sure that there are barriers between him and any of these other coochie mamas up in the club. He literally surrounds himself with his boys so girls can't get in between the circles so he don't look like Brian in the club. I said what I said, Brian. That's why you ain't together now because you don't know how to control it. Um, so yeah, this man is courting this woman. These men are courting their women. They're courting. Taylor, we won't talk about that. It's something interesting going on over there. I don't know what that dynamic is, but I know for Ace and Shelley and for Nick and Alandria, they're above this program. They are bigger than the program, and they actually need to leave Love Island behind after this reunion. They don't need to talk about Love Island. They don't need to be. I mean, they can talk about it when they amongst themselves, and but they don't have to be out in public doing things from Love Island. No, they are bigger than the program, in my personal opinion.
I agree with you.
I
I
need to
agree with you
go.
completely. I agree with you completely.
I'm trying to think of anything else that we. I mean, okay. I will say this, and this is my one thing against Shelley. I felt like Shelley did everything good in this reunion, One thing I was like, okay, I need you to make it a little bit more clearer how you feeling about things, Shelly, because I felt like Shelly was talking around in circles on some things, especially when it came to the Chris Huda situation. I feel like what Huda explained happened is what we saw in the clip, but apparently there was more clips and more conversations that they chose not to show. What we did see was Shelly look a little uncomfortable with the whole idea.
Yeah. That's why I was like, it felt very interesting because what they showed, and I clearly I'm not a Hudda defender, but what they
Mm-hmm.
showed is exactly what Hudda explained. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's what she said she did. She was
Mm-hmm.
honestly playing the strategic game of Love Island.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. We've seen it done before.
Mm-hmm.
Saw it last season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's fine and dandy and do your thing, girl, whatever. But what are these other things like, and Shelly kept talking in circles. I agree with you to the point where I was like, okay, well then what I needed, this was one of those moments where I needed Andy to step in,
Right.
to be like, okay, well then what was said in these other conversations, like what are you trying to insinuate, like because it felt like she was trying to insinuate that, you know, other more malicious things were going on with Hutta here. I don't know, this whole section of it for Shelly felt really strange.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, Ace and Shelley also were there kind of standing on business. They were doing their
Very much
thing.
so.
They were,
Very much
you know,
so.
they were, you know, speaking their truth, talking about the allegations that, you know, they had prescribed this entire situation. I love the
Mm-hmm.
way Shelley laughed the whole thing off, played into it, made a whole bit out of it. I was like, okay, girl, you can laugh about it. That's what I wanted to see. That is what I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to see from this reunion. I was like, okay, are they going to take it too seriously, or are they going to laugh about it? And they laughed about it. I was like, thank God. Okay, good. Because that's what I wanted to see them do. But otherwise, I was like, Ace and Shelley, I thought were great in this reunion
Mm-hmm.
together.
Mm-hmm.
Their
Mm-hmm.
moments together were great. Shelley, as an independent
Mm-hmm.
unit, as an independent entity, her own woman,
Mm-hmm.
I was a little bit confused by in this reunion on a whole. I got to be honest, just because a lot of what, and we've kind of talked about it throughout the whole recap here, but a lot of what she was saying, specifically in regards to the Hutta situation, was kind of a lot of talking in circles. Even her jumping in with the Coco and Alandria situation. Like, I get it, defend your girl. I understand that. It was talking in circles. Even with the Clark situation, I think she jumped in at one point, talking in circles. I don't know. It it felt strange. It didn't necessarily feel like, it felt like a watered down version of the Shelley that we got to know in the villa. So I was like, okay, Shelley, I'm not sure, like I just don't know. I'm not trying to say anything specifically about Shelley. I still think Shelley stood on business and did what she was there to do. Which was stand by her man. Love that for her. Love them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Shelley independently, I was a little like, girl, why are we talking in circles, and like what else are we not being shown and have we not seen?
Yeah. I think
That's
Shelly.
that's my that's my takeaway with Shelley. But
I
I'm
mean,
curious what
I
you have to
don't.
say.
Yeah, I don't think she talked in circles the whole reunion. I think a lot of it was she was on point about. I think the specific one with Huda and Chris was this conversation for me that made me feel like, okay, girl, what are we talking about here? Because I felt like what they showed was what Huda explained happened. But I also think they purposely didn't show another conversation that Shelly brought up. Was like, do you remember when we were in the glam room and you told me it didn't matter what I said. If I said yes or no, you were still going to do it because you knew what was best for your girl. And so Huda was like, I mean, no, I don't remember. She was like, we said that. She was like, I mean, I remember, but I don't remember what was said. So I think in that situation, I think she was trying to see what, talk about this other conversation. It was like, yes, this first conversation that they had, yes, it was just what Huda explained. It was exactly what she said. That was happening. We did see, like I said, Shelley looked a little confused when Huda was bringing it up and was kind of like uncomfortable in the situation. Like, I mean, I don't know, girl, but yeah, I guess it could happen, but I don't know. I wish she was more clear in that moment. It was like, girl, I don't think so. If you go bring him back for you, that's for you because I am going to be back with Ace. That's who I'm going for. And so, You can go if you bring Chris, if you want Chris, that's for you, but it's not for you. I wish you would have just nipped it in the bud instead of just saying, yeah, bring him back and I can still explore him. I wish she would have just nipped it and be like, I'm here, I'm going back for Ace, period. And Ace and her could have just been done. Like that was it. They were locked in from that point on. But the whole sure, bring him back for me, and then telling Ace I'm still exploring and all that stuff. It still confused me. Even to this day, I'm still confused by that situation. I wish it just never happened. But I feel like Shelley was hoping another conversation would be shown in that situation. That wasn't. And so it made her look like she was continuing the circle spiral when she
Yeah.
really wasn't. She just wanted a specific incident shown and they didn't show it.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm just like, I wish they would have shown it, but if they weren't going to show it, I wish she just didn't talk about it because it
I
just made
agree.
her look. It made her look like she was wishy washy and flippy floppy and not really standing on true business. Like it looked like what Huda said was what it was. That conversation that was on was like, yeah, that's exactly what it was. But I
Yeah.
feel like it was another conversation that Shelley wanted to be shown, but they didn't show it.
I agree. I agree completely with that. Um yeah, otherwise, I think we got through all of it,
I do
honestly.
too. I do too. I feel like, unfortunately for me, the winners of the show added nothing to this reunion. And I'm like,
No.
why? And it's sad because you're the winner and you should, but they weren't together at this reunion, I don't think anyway. So, um, it's interesting. Overall, Love Island, this reunion pissed me off, but it
Yep.
also gave me moments where I laughed a little bit. It gave me moments I was like, yep, you standing on business. But then it
Yep.
also gave me moments of why are you here? I
Yep.
think they need to format this differently. I think they need
Yes.
to literally, if they are not a big part of the show, they don't need to come to the reunion. If you just want to do a Zoom call with them, do that. But
I
like
did
they
like
don't
how
need to be
people were
there.
moving in and out, though. I did kind of like that by the end. It annoyed me to start, but I did kind of like the way people were moving
Hmm.
in and out.
Yeah. But
Um,
like what was their purpose? They don't have they brought nothing to the show. They had nothing to say. Like, did Zach C say anything? No.
yeah.
Elon said, I mean, yeah, that is still right to me. Like that's all he said.
They're
JD did not
contractually
speak.
obligated,
But
whatever.
they
Yeah,
need
you
to
know.
stop contractually obligating people who have no
I
story in the
agree.
show. Like honestly, that and did we not notice Jalen was not there because he had no story. So he apparently everybody was not obligated to come. These people chose to come,
Yeah.
and you had no story because Jalen was not there, and he could have been there, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
And
Besides,
I'm gonna ask the real question here at this reunion. Where was you, Alyssa?
you know why you listen wasn't there. She was fired from the show. You can't come to a job you fired from. Same reason Sierra wasn't. Same reason 404 wasn't there. 404 couldn't come because she was fired. Sorry. And she wanted to be there. That's why she made this 4-part series on TikTok about her thoughts. And because I'm not gonna be at the reunion because I don't feel like the conversation is needed. Girl, you weren't there because you weren't invited. You know your clout chasing behind would have been there if they invited you to be there.
Hmm.
404 police.
But
Please have several seats.
yes.
That is why and Nick standing on business about this 404, talking about when he said, I wanted to have the conversation with her. But 4 days after I got out the villa, she starts making videos about I'm happy here in Mykonos and because I survived a villain edit on reality TV, and
Yep.
the boy I liked didn't never liked me and liked my friend the whole time. The situation. Nick is like, why is she doing this? Why is she making videos acting like the relationship that we had wasn't real when it absolutely was? You just got sent home and I stayed and I found a different connection. I'm sorry I stayed and played the game. Like it she just she for him to sit there and say, I was going to talk to her. I wanted to, but now I'm not, and I don't feel like I need to because she's looking for attention and trying and not trying to fix things if there's anything that needs to be fixed. And you know what, Dick? I ride with you on that. You don't owe her nothing. You don't owe her anything. She got kicked out. The closure that she should have gotten was when you didn't leave with her. That should have been all the closure that she needed. I'm sorry, Miss 404. You you're done. You're the closure's there. And she continued to make videos and continue to make videos and continue to make videos and thinking this man was going to be like, okay, let me talk to her. For what reason? You blocked his sister online. For what you think he's going to talk to you? Girl, bye. I hope she got the closure that she needs because that's pretty much all she got. He's not talking to you. But other than that, Ace stood on his business. He said all the things that he needs to say. He also got punked out again by Ace. And I'm like, you just won't learn, will you? You never learn, do you? But okay. I thought overall, half of this reading could have been on email, on Zoom, or something. And then we could have had a whole hour of just the real people who needed to have stuff to get off their chest.
Agreed. Now, I'm going to ask you this, and it's going to be a multi-part question.
Ooh.
And I already know the answer to one of these, so it's going to be a rhetorical question.
Mm-hmm.
Who for you were the star couple of the evening? Nick and Landria, obviously. I'm answering that as well. The answer is Nick and Landria. I wanted to ask the question as well, because then the additional questions, star man, star woman, and your top pick man and woman for Love Island games from this cast.
Okay. My star woman, it's a tie between Hannah Banana and Olendria.
Okay.
I think they handled themselves with the grace and the dignity, and they said what they needed to say. So Hannah and and Olendria are my star women. Star man, probably go give it to Charlie. I'm gonna be honest.
All right. All right.
I kind of, I think I'm gonna go give it to Charlie because
All right.
I think Charlie ate. I think Charlie.
Okay.
Yeah, I fear he ate. I fear he ate down on some of these holes. I
All
think he ate
right.
on them. He started
All
on some of them. He started
right.
on some of them.
All right.
And my top man and woman to go on Love Island games. For men, I think it's going to be Chris.
Okay.
For women, I think it's going to be. Mm, oh, I got two. I think I got two. I think it's Hannah, Jeremiah. Jeremiah is my boy. Jeremiah and Chris are my boys. Hannah and Beldasha for my girls.
Okay. I feel that. Okay. Yeah. So my star woman was Hannah. I just think, and I'm saying that separate from Nick and Landria because I already have Landria mentioned. But I just think Hannah, for me, handled herself with the most grace. I absolutely I love her. I already talked about why. Star man for me, I'm going to give it to Ace. I actually, and I'm really surprised. Here is my full circle arc with Mr. Ace here.
Ace
but
Green.
I really just, he stood on business. He came here, did what he needed to do, and he is treating that woman right. And that is all we wanted him to do. So I'm going to give it to Ace here. I think Ace was my star man of the evening.
Wait. Do I clap right now?
Yes, you do. Look at the journey I've been on with Ace this whole season. And for that, we clap for me. Since you did two each, I'll do two each because I actually do really like that. I think because there were two women I had in mind, so that makes mine easy. For women, I really think Hannah Avi, and
Mm-hmm.
Andrina. I really would like to see more of Andrina.
Yeah, I think
I
that'd be
think
good too.
I think Andrina would be a great choice for games. Honorable mention to Vanna.
Mm.
Shocking. A little
Okay,
bit. But
a little
I'm
bit.
going to say Hannah and Andrina. For the
Okay.
men, I am definitely also going to say Jeremiah.
Okay.
Because the drama, of course, of course, of course. Oh, what other man is really worth it? Let's be real and honest. I am struggling to come up with a man. Jalen. You know what? Jalen, actually.
I mean, I
He did
wouldn't mind
not
saying
get
that.
he did not get the Love Island experience that we wanted him to. And I would like to see him back because he is nice to look at without a shirt on. So Jalen.
Okay, I can see that. I wouldn't mind that actually.
Nope.
I wouldn't mind that at all. That's
Her.
good. Her. And that is on that, what we call a wrap on season 7.
Thank
Finally.
God.
Finally. We are done.
Whew.
It was a ride, it was a journey, but all in all, I am happy I watched. But certain people I don't ever need to see on my screen ever again. It's just is what it is. But
Harder.
said it.
Harder.
Said it again.
Harder.
Period. Never get to see her on my screen again. But that is going to do it for us. Our recap was longer than the reunion.
And that tends to happen.
That tends to happen, but we're gonna get out of here because we got a lot more things to do. So be sure to subscribe to this channel on all of our other channels. All the links will be in the description below in our link tree. So subscribe to all of our channels. Follow us on all of our audio podcast links. Our join our Patreon. Follow us on all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And don't forget your cup mug at Lana G's Creation. Lodgingscreation.etsy.com. Do all those things. Follow us and go ahead. You have something?
I was going to say, we'll tentatively see you in a few weeks for games.
We'll see. We'll see.
Maybe.
Depends on the cast. I'm gonna tell you that
It
now. It
really
depends
is going to
on the
depend on the
cast.
cast. Yeah.
Absolutely. But
But hopefully,
possibly.
I'm going to say hopefully.
Yes.
I'm
Because
going to
I
I'm
did
going to be
enjoy games.
optimistic. I
Because
love
I
games.
did enjoy games. So
So hopefully we will see you in a few weeks for Love Island games.
absolutely. That's gonna do it. We're gonna go because we got more content to make, and you
Absolutely.
need to just click the next video. Just click the next video,
There's a couple of
and
them.
it's a couple of them. Click the next video, and we'll see y'all next time. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers. Do 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 do. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.